allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details, though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip. They all
Bak receiver falan varmış. Silahları değiştirebiliyor musun?
Evet,
o receiver'ı anlamadım olayını.
And then we have shared attachments across all guns, and it's
Yefer was taken. Hoş geldin abi. Teşekkür ederim takip için.
An arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think maybe the simplest way to think
Can you
about
follow
it
back
is
now?
a gun tree, and each time
I'm sorry, I'm not doing
hit
that.
a branch, that's a
The fuck,
receiver, and they grow out of that.
Yeah, and that's we want.
I'm not doing that follow shit. Sorry.
Is based in that changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. And the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Playable in beta.
Available beta, so we can rock with that thing all.
Bak Vault Edition alırsan beta'da çoğu silah, birçok silah emin değilim ne dediğinden açıyormuş ama sadece beta için açıyormuş. Aynen ya büyük ihtimalle kanka meta analizi yapabilmeni sağlıyor.
Onu da yapar atarlar zaten.
Zaten ama ben Vault Edition alacağım ya.
Not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
İçerim. Şu nasıl doldursana?
Yes. But when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest, and within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War and a bunch of others really well. And so, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety, some visual maps in there, and I think they feel really clean.
Guys, you're moving me in ways I didn't imagine to be moved today. Excellent stuff.
Cry?
I might. Hey, it's the first time here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay. It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is
BMF değil mi? Direkt
is
bunlar
a
multi
little
map'leri.
street market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right now.
Mekanların ışıklandırması çok güzel bu arada.
The Mercado is a very
Bunlar,
dangerous
aynen bunlar multi
neck of the
map'leri.
woods, so watch out when you're
Gösterecek
playing
mi
in the
acaba
beta.
şey?
It
Bence
plays
ama
fast.
göstermez.
Warzone 2 yani hemen bilmiyorum Warzone 2'nin map'i çıkar mı çıkmaz mı?
All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6. All this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. So we've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM. Or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players.
Okay.
There's also 20 AI on each team. They're
Ah,
coming in fast roping. They're coming out
okay.
medium birds. And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can
Ya öldürmek için oynuyorsun. Ölmek ya da öldürmek için oynuyorsun.
AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious.
Grand War gibi ama
multiplayer.
AI'lar var diyor. Yok ya.
Oğlum işte direkt AI'larla deathmatch değil mi? Adamlar bir yeri capture'lamaya çalışıyor, sen gidip vuruyorsun. Yani nasıl oynayacağını sana kalmış işte. Yani direkt deathmatch gibi bir şey bence.
Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that old playlist.
Yeah.
Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here
kurtarma.
today, and they will be in beta, in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
Ya oynanır da silah kasmak için olmaz ya. İşte 2 tane şey olacak, hostage olacak, onları kaldırın. CS 1.5 assault map amına koyayım.
Her şey direkt. Rainbow'da öyle mi yapıyoruz?
Yok, Rainbow'da var mıydı hostage bilmiyorum ki ya.
Yine böyle kamera falan vardı ya böyle aklıma
is they
direkt
get
Rainbow
a
geldi.
radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are. And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing like mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
That hero run to exfil is
definitely big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates and
Çok kişi.
pretty wild comebacks.
Çok kişi aynen.
in that so
330 bin izleniyor.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play it.
R6 yazan var.
Incredibly fun, and I know
CSGO yazan var.
to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe that there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing that
Third person geliyor dedim ya sana.
coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind
Gelemez.
this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer.
Saçmaladın oyun.
It's been a pet project for us.
Oyun bir saçmaladın sen.
And while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in hardpoint.
İnşallah moddur bu.
Yani büyük ihtimal bu PUBG gibi olacak.
And we have
bir yerde de ama.
The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water
Kanka
camera.
ama aynen bir yer third world aynen. Yani çünkü hani kamerayı abuse'layarak çok kişi spotlayabilirsin biliyor musun yerinden çıkmadan.
I tried to warn you. They're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come.
Ya halacım susar mısın? Hadi gel başkasına yetsin.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
We haven't even got to Warzone
we're not
yet.
even okay. Okay, so what about this year's
Third
third
person bir
mode?
yerde herkes
So I'm
tanır.
happy to
Adamı
say
spotlayacaksın,
that
atacaksın
special
sana.
ops will
Kanka aynen
return as
gereksiz
our third
yani.
mode, and will be focused on
Third person
two-player
benim biraz
missions,
keyfime kaçırdı
asymmetrical
bak.
in game design.
Kanka bu ya ben special op bilmem.
One player on the ground.
İki kişi girdim bir tane. OG fanların seveceği bir tane modmuş.
OG ne demek?
Old Gangster. Demek eski anlamına da geliyor OG. Eskiden beri bulunan demek. Aynen. Evet, sen bayağı Warzone OG'sin.
Hayır, Warzone değil, ben hayatım OG'yim.
Buna gülümsedim buram. PlayStation mı players?
Ya bro, artık aim assist'i biraz daha iyileştirdik.
Hop.
Size kaparım ama.
Tamam Ghost of Tsushima. PlayStation exclusive content.
Dodo geldi.
O harbi.
Kalkanı eksik ama.
Evet.
Kalkanı eksik. Tabi. Tabi. Güzel skinmiş bu arada.
Oy.
October 2023 dedi.
Take Miles ISO.
Fix your mind.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior
Oğlum
gun
niye
for hire
2023
descended from
verdi
centuries old
tarihi?
samurai clan and torn between
Bilmiyorum.
country and family, just like me. This is such an awesome looking
2023
operator, guys. Oni is going to be
Yok,
playable on
yanlış.
day one for all who pre-ordered through the
Okuyayım.
PlayStation Store. Plus, he comes with a high-level weapon blueprint, playable in multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. Steph, badass.
Oni is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni main day one for this game. And it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives, and I think the art team absolutely crushed it.
Bence çok güzel bir oyun geliyor. No joke, sıfır şaka.
All right, Steph, we keep talking about all the things that we have to look forward to, but we are missing quite a big one. We're
Bütün
missing
modlar
the
çıkana
start
kadar
of
alamıyorlarmış.
the beta. So for anyone who wants to get an
O da
early
2023
first-hand look at Modern Warfare
denk
2, and
geliyormuş.
trust me, you
Galiba her şey
definitely
çıktı.
want to. It is
Geldi.
immediately
Open beta,
available
Eylül
for
18-20.
PlayStation players who
Crossplay
pre-order
ama
any version.
PlayStation.
The open beta starts tomorrow. So
Bize
make
yok
sure you
yine.
are preloading
Bize
right
September'ın
now. Also check out your
22-23'ü değil mi?
screens.
Aynen. Early Access, Xbox PC Open Beta.
Nasıl geç?
Haftaya geliyor.
24 değil mi?
Evet.
Oyun ama alanlar.
Aynen. Vault Edition alanlar.
Sadece bu.
Aynen geldik.
And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look
Normal
at
alanlar
Modern
bir hafta
Warfare 2's
sonra mı?
multiplayer. Don't forget, you're going
Hiç
to get to
almayanlar
see
da
it live
28
and in
Kasım'da.
action in a few short
Okumadım.
minutes. Crazy stuff.
Hiç almayanlar Warzone 2'yi oynayabiliyor bura.
And ready to rock and roll. But first,
Tamam Warzone 2 ne zaman çıkıyor?
Warzone 2'nin değil bu. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer'ın.
2.0. Don't go anywhere.
Ha.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Mount of. Bak canım çekti şimdi. Emre abi hoş geldin.
A proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2. HyperX, official peripheral partner of Call of Duty.
Ha, daha HyperX'e geçiyoruz.
On the big screen with 150
Yok abi ya hayat.
AMD FreeSync.
Hayat
Now
işte
on
abi.
TCL 6 series TVs. Prime Gaming. Visit gaming.com.
Kaç tane şey reklam aldılar bunlar amına koyayım.
Your free content.
Mountain Dew inanılmaz güzel bir içecek. Şaka yapma. Sıfır şaka.
200 creators here on site marching down the green carpet with one mission in mind: to be the first players to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
O zaman yarın bu direkt şeyin yayını yapılabiliyor multinin.
Evet ama PlayStation exclusive. Aynen. Yani Legion Farm'dan eskisi gibi para gelseydi hem PlayStation'a hem şeyi alabilirdim. Sonra oyunu satardım. Da fuck? Ne oluyor amına koyayım? Oha. Çok mantıklı. Baya mantıklı. OG Maps, let's go!
Exclusive yazmamış orada. Vault Edition yazmamış. Nerede Vault Edition?
Capture the flag, Code Red. If I'm going hard with the boys on a long night of S&D and I'm trying to get some nasty in-game comms,
İlk hafta PlayStation Exclusive için.
Aynen.
İkinci hafta Crossplay. Ama nerede yazıyor Vault Edition alanlar için diye?
O az önce altta sadece Only Vault Edition çıktı.
Şeye bakıyorum o tarihlerin değeri klip aldım.
Terminal.
What's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew?
I've grown up on Code Red, so it's still Code Red for me.
Honestly, I like the basic one, just Mountain Dew itself.
Dang, I was gonna pick Code Red too.
Can I get a second one?
Alright.
Baja Blast.
Canım inanılmaz Mountain Dew çekti.
Ya canım da çekmez ama güzel. Yayınını gördün mü? Aslanım meydan.
Şişko piç ya.
Au.
Sorry bro. Artık cime gidiyorum, insanlara şişko demeye hakkı kazandım.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. The Mountain Dew green carpet. God, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there. Everyone having a good time, and some incredibly well-dressed people out there, and some definitely not. Sweaty T-shirts abound. But here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse.
Aha, Warzone 2 konuşmalarına geçtik.
Multiplayer reveal trailer earlier today.
Bayağı keyiflendirdi bu beni bak. Bir anda keyif geldi bro.
But of course, welcome G.O.A.T, Game Director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything. Warzone 2.0. Stephanie, the world cannot wait.
It feels crazy for me to be up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I ended up at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me. But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovation.
Ya teyzeciğim ne anlatıyorsun acaba?
Those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think the players are going to love it.
Oh my good God. Real excited about this one. Again, there's a lot in this one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started down this road, and they're part of the same universe. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, and even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been working on since 2020 with teams across the globe. It brings together our philosophies on map design, it brings together new technologies in order to do it, and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players experiencing Verdansk and playing in Verdansk over the first few years of Warzone, and we're really excited for them to.
Bro, çok konuştular ama ya.
There's a wide variety of points of interest for players to explore in this map, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in there.
Well, here we go, a brand new map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah.
Aha, map geldi. Bak. Ormancının attığı map.
Really interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're gonna find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves, subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest BR map that we've ever
Biz zaten bu map'i chat, olmayan chat. Ben bu map'i yayında bir hafta önce gösterdim.
Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout, but let's take a better look at some of these points of interest.
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different, what we call points of interest along the map. And if you're paying attention, you might even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team works through these,
ben bu silolarda birisini çoktan snipeladım bile.
Point of interest to make them something that the players will want to drop in and get the particularity of that single point of interest and find the place that they want to drop and where they want to play, whether it be a high elevation observatory at the center of the map, whether it be the big city that's up the top right, and whether they want to explore that, or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we have in this one
Airport, ahlan.
And there's a river system that goes through all of this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. Here's one of our favorites, Sawa Village, which is...
That's my favorite.
Colloquially called Sunken Town.
I mean, I love to swim, so you find me there.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's gonna immediately drop today.
I think some people are gonna drop to Observatory just to go back to home, you know, go have some fun.
They're coming home.
It's always nice, you're moving through the map and you kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait
I've been here before.
I know what this is. You have all these flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuggets in there for some old Modern Warfare fans.
Yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's gonna pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match. But
smart.
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
Biz bunları çok önce gösterdik bura.
And I can't wait to watch our streamers here drop in early in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay, we've got this beautiful space to play in. How do all of these multiplayer elements we've talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit into Warzone 2.0?
I mean, the super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated. So that tactical camera works in Warzone, that decoy mine works in Warzone. Like, it's all of it's been built from the ground up for both. The slide, the dive, the water, like...
More swimming.
Yeah. Oh.
Suya girince bir anda şeyi çekemiyor ama güzel o. Yalnız biz çoktan birisini sudan pushladık biliyor musun? Burada mısın?
Yeah. See the caustics on the bottom.
I'm not even sure what caustics are. I have no idea, but it sounds great and it looks incredible.
You can see the armored patrol boat coming by there with its 2 turrets. There's some cool stuff.
So I'm glad you brought up vehicles. Steph, you touched on vehicles a little bit earlier. What can we talk about? You know, we've seen boats, we've seen tanks, we've seen all sorts. Jack, what have we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction. And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off the tires to kind of impact their handling. You can have them, they react to explosive differently based on their weight. So if you're in a heavy armored 4x4 and get hit by an RPG, it's going to kind of bounce a little bit, but not quite take the hit as a small sedan. You can also choose with your squad to be rolling into a POI and somebody jumps out on the roof, somebody leans out the window, and suddenly you got yourself a lot of firepower driving into the POI. Of course, that vehicle needs to survive for quite some time in the map if you want to keep using it to go from point to point. And vehicles will run out of gas, or at least most of them will run out of gas, and then you can...
Araçların gazları varmış, gayet iyi.
If your tire's been blown up, you can get out and repair it, or you can bring it to a gas station to get repaired as well. And of course, we've got, you know, water vehicles, we've got a small boat, we've got the boat that Joe mentioned with the turret at the front, turret at the back, so you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
You forgot the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
The massive helicopter that you can fly around. And it's a moving platform with 3 doors. And you can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
Wreak havoc. It is so cool.
Oh my God.
I mean, the fact that you can lean out of the window, you know, grab your teammates, pile in a vehicle, actually, you know, engage in battle from the window, leaning out, shooting combat.
Unless somebody blew off your door.
That won't.
That does complicate things, doesn't it?
PTSD from Joe killing me many times in our play tests.
Well, I hope the gas prices in Al-Mazrah are okay. I feel like there's a lot going on in Warzone 2.0, and my head is quite frankly spinning. What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but do we shoot them? What's happening?
Well, what do you want to jump into first? Oh, Stephanie, go ahead.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding BR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun. This is about playing with your friends, having fun, you know, friends new and old. Maybe you're making them in game. And I think one particular feature that I cannot wait to see the streamers engage with will be our prox chat.
Yes!
So it's coming. It will be in Warzone, and there's going to be some amazing clips. But I think Joe can tell us a little bit more about looting in Warzone 2.0. I'm listening to that.
The streamers love prox chat.
They're like, yes!
You know, in looting in Warzone 2.0, we still have the humming crates. You know, you can still travel around and listen for those. We still have the loose loot on the ground, but we wanted to add a layer of learnability and logic to our looting, right? So if you're outside, if you're a little kid, you fall down, you hurt your knee, and your mom's gonna go inside, go to the medicine cabinet and get you something a Band-Aid, Neosporin, whatever. So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet, you can open it up. If you get loadout items, there are these hidden caches throughout in between the POIs that are in ground, and you can memorize where they are because they're always there. So you can kind of start to develop these paths through the map of how you loot. And there's this logic applied to looting. You know, you can find toolboxes that'll have grenades and things in there.
Ya şeyler varmış. Mesela bandajlar falan varmış. Bandaj varmış. Para yerleri varmış. Bu para yerleri hep sabitmiş.
A route we plan, hit the gas station, gas up, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts. Okay, cool. So what about circle mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge component of BR's, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's been a staple of BR's. It's been really hard to move away from it, so we kind of talked about what could we do to mix
İlk circle gene çok fazla.
We've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4 circles. And then those circles close down, and what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those
farklı circle'lar varmış.
Our circle, we think we're good, and then those circles merge. They come back together, and you have this very directed fight of like as the circles moving, you're like gearing up in buildings. You're like, here we go, it's about to kick off, and as soon as those circles hit, you have that
multi circle'lar varmış, gayet iyi.
Twist in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool world event that would happen. Like, oh, the circle's splitting, we need to do X.
Crazy. Get in the car, we're going now. All right, so
bayağı sağlam olacak gibi duruyor.
What about the gulag? Is that still around? I mean,
gulag var mıymış bakalım.
Joe, what do we got?
The gulag, you know, we've been experimenting with. We've tried some crazy things with the but the current version of the gulag that we have running right now, where we're excited people to play, is you're not in there alone. You actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map, and you have to work together, and if you can defeat the other team, you can get out.
Farklı bir gulag oyuncusuyla birlikte eşleşip 2v2 tarzında yapıyormuşuz yeni gulag. Yeni gulag kullanıyormuşuz.
Playing around with is you may see a little bit of an AI presence in the gulag. So you have to be on your toes. Like, you're working with an enemy, there might be an AI here, you're picking up weapons. We're excited for people to try it.
Silahı otomatik vermiyor. Oradaki bir yerden almamız gerekiyormuş kulaklı silahı.
There's a lot in store.
There certainly is a lot in store. Jack, I have heard of a new concept coming to Warzone 2.0 called Strongholds. That will include AI that may impact how players get their weapons, etc. Can you clue me into what that's all about and if it's even true?
Absolutely. So strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AI is occupying inside Al-Mazrah in BR. And the players can choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get cool rewards, including free loadout items, which is one of the new ways that we're adding for players to get their hands on that best weapon.
Orada plate düşüşünü gördük. Ufak peekler atabiliyorsun.
At scale into Warzone 2, and you're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different way. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black site, which is going to have even cooler stuff in it, and you can fight your way from one to the next.
Bir yerde plate var bak. Şimdi stronghold'lar varmış. Bu stronghold'lara girip girmemek sana kalmış. O stronghold'larda botlar olacak ve o botları öldürmek ya da öldürmemek tamamen sana kalıyor gene. Oradan loadout itemleri alabiliyormuşsun.
It's finally time. I have read about some new modes on the internet recently, but one of the most exciting things about Warzone 2.0 is confirmation that an all-new sandbox experience is coming at launch. I am happy to announce DMZ, Call of Duty's extraction mode, will arrive with Warzone 2.0 at launch later this year. I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it non-stop, the possibilities with this game mode blow my mind.
So DMZ. I can also confirm that DMZ is real. We're not going to go into depth on it today because we do have to keep some stuff in reserve. What I can tell you, though, is we've created a rich sandbox where you can define your own win condition. You infiltrate Al Mazrah, you accomplish your goals, and then you decide to extract when the time is right. It is played across the whole map, and the AI is occupying large sections of the map, and they are lethal opponents, and they do command your respect. You have to watch out for them. You have to work with your team. They patrol areas, they occupy...
DMZ diye yeni bir mod geliyormuş. Escape from Tarkov benzeri gibi böyle extraction'ın olacağı falan bir oyun.
Chase after a variety of activities in the world. And you can play this differently depending on your playstyle. You can go loud, like I always do. You can go quiet, or you can hunt other players or avoid them entirely. Or you could just decide, hey, I'm going to explore the secrets of Al Mazrah and see what's there.
Loot up, exfil. It's totally up to player choice there, and I'm really excited about the full scale of what we're delivering for this chapter. And we want players to have an amazing experience in Warzone 2.
Kanka DMZ diye yeni bir mod geliyormuş. Escape from Tarkov benzeri. Extraction'ın vesaire olduğu. Map paylaşıldı. Map benim yayında gösterdiğim map çıktı. Bu map'te mesela stronghold'lar olacakmış. Belli başlı binalarda botların bulunduğu bir mevki oluyormuş. Bu mevkilerde böyle istediğin zaman oraya basıp loadout silahlarını alabiliyormuşsun.
Amacı ne?
Neyin? Ya onu bilmiyorum. O sandbox tarzında olacak diyorlar.
Sandbox neydi lan?
November 16 herkese bedava. Kasım 16 Kasım.
İyi bari 24'te 16.
Kasım 16'da oyun çıkıyor.
Warzone 2 değil mi?
Aynen. The Warzone 2 will be released November 16.
Tamam bari iyi.
Yeni map iyi olacak gibi bence. Ben öyle yorumladım.
Daha onu görmedik ama.
Very soon.
Yeah, the streamers are hot to trot. They're raring to go. We will see all of you in Al Mazrah on November 16th. But don't go anywhere just yet. Stick around because when we come back, you'll see just what Warzone looks like when it's built up from the ground for mobile. You're not going to want to miss
Yes,
this.
Shit, what do you think about the new game?
After that, we have live gameplay coming at us with all of our friends set up across each and every
Ne düşünüyorsunuz abi yeni oyunda?
Warzone 2.0, Battle Royale. We got Warzone Mobile. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far.
Call of Duty next.
Ufak bir ara.
The GMC Hummer EV pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Intel, built for the next generation of gaming. Squad up sooner with Xfinity rewards. Get early access to Modern Warfare 2's open beta. Jack Links, squad up with Sasquatch. Jack Links is good with it. Eureka Ergonomic, leading designer in gaming furniture and proud partner of Modern Warfare 2.
Uçaktan atlama sahne amanın ya. OG pistol is back. Damn. Looks dope by the way. Daha fazla oyuncu olacakmış sonda. Verdansk değil mi lan bura? Vallahi Verdansk'taki bölümü koymuşlar. Verdansk Airport. Aa! The Gulag. Ha, mobilmiş bu. Pardon. Warzone mobil. Pardon. Ufak bir gereksiz heyecanlandık.
What a jam-packed day we've had here so far. We got Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 already good to go. But finally, we're hitting something new here. Coming into mobile, we got Warzone Mobile 2 here for you. It's me, Beef Mommy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with none other than Chris Plummer. And Chris, what do you have for us today?
That's right. Today we are proud to introduce Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Yeah.
This is the real thing, and it's on your phone. For the first time ever, you can drop into Call of Duty Warzone from wherever life takes you.
Verdansk.
Point out the gameplay you're seeing today, it's still alpha, so it's only going to get better. And for Warzone fans, you will recognize this
Ahlan train
right
station.
away.
I mean, honestly, it just gives me so much nostalgia. But wait a minute, Chris. Is that the legendary Verdansk?
You know, this is where Warzone gameplay was born. And we're bringing the
Bu ne?
legendary
Airport mu
Verdansk
bu hocam?
map to mobile for the very
Yok yok,
first
buraya
time
airportla alakası yok
from
da.
its hallmark vistas. And these
Ah lan.
urban areas, they're just so much fun to play in. Wide open fields, ready for battle. And intimate
Her
close
anına
quarters
baktığımda bir
combat
klibim bir şey
environments. There's so much
gözümde
variety
canlanıyor lan.
It's famous
Bir
for good
dakika, niye
reason.
şey var burada?
Teaming with fan favorite
Verdansk.
locations like Boneyard
Şey ya telefonda.
and Superstore.
Aa, Call of Duty Mobile amına
Well, I'm
koyayım.
getting classic Call of Duty Warzone flashbacks here. Can you tell us
Az önce
more
atladığı
about
yer
the
airport değil
gameplay?
miydi ya?
Or, you know what,
Airport
maybe
değil
just
miydi?
give me your
Değildi.
phone real quick. Maybe I can see
Nereydi?
it myself. No?
Train station.
You know, the team has a passion for delivering the most authentic Call of Duty experience possible for mobile devices. From the way you aim and move to the weapon handling and the control responsiveness, all these critical little details combine to make Call of Duty Warzone Mobile feel best in class. We've made sure that the physics, the feedback, the sights and sounds, all those essential little touches are smooth and accurate.
Train station'da.
It's about creating an
Gösteriş.
experience that's so true to form. You can imagine feeling that dirt compressing
Ha
under
işte
the
bura.
soles of your boots
Yani
with
bura
every
neresi?
move. Or imagine those
Storage.
tiny shockwaves of recoil
Ha, bura airport
moving
şu an.
through your
Şimdi.
entire body
Aynen.
with every
Ay,
shot.
hayır,
Warzone
Superstore
Mobile,
bura.
these are the kind of details that we
Superstore
care
mu?
about that make the combat feel
Zipi
airtight
var mıydı Superstore?
Vardı.
and authentic.
That makes me really emotional.
Sonradan mı
Chris. And,
geldi?
you know,
Hep
it
var,
sounds
sonradan
like
geldi.
everyone's
Sonradan
paying
geldi.
attention
Ama
to
yani
details.
bayağı
It's
vardı.
finally paying off. Now, when I think of Call of Duty Warzone, I think about
Tamam, o
strategy.
değiştikten sonra zaten ben
Absolutely.
bir kere
There's
falan
a lot
girdim
more
oyuna.
going on than pure gunplay. For example, when you're
Bura
out there
şey,
exploring a
araba mı
map and
vardı
evading the
oradan?
gas circle
Ben
collapse,
takar
you can
mıyım?
try to sneak up on
Aynen,
another
storage.
player and pull off a finishing move. It's like
Oy.
ultimate bragging rights. And if you're feeling more strategic, you and your squad, they can
Ya
complete
mobilde de
contracts,
oynamazsın.
use that cash
Oynar mısın?
at buy stations.
Oynamazsın.
Yok ya,
There's a ton
oynamam.
of variety there,
Mobilde hiç büyük
including
oyun
lots of different
oynanmaz bu arada.
abilities like bringing back a fallen squad mate.
Mobilde oynayacaksan da sıra taban. Cartçukta
Now,
oyna.
that
Bu ne oğlum?
contract economy,
Yani.
it adds a ton of depth and strategy through risk. and
Kral
reward.
nasıl, memnun oldun mu? Ben memnun oldum. Ben bu map'i ne zaman 2 hafta önce gösterdim. Warzone'un yeni map'ini yayında 2 hafta önce göstermiştim.
Yes. Everything you come to expect from Warzone, it's going to be
Ama şu an sikten soktan mobil oyunu anlatıyorlar birader.
You can deploy your big stick of choice like
BR map'i
precision
mi?
airstrike. You might be able to wipe out an entire squad with it.
Bunu gösterdim.
So not so
Oğlum,
fortunate for
tanklar
them.
mı, ne oldu?
Mobile
They're
map'i
not
oğlum işte.
necessarily down for the count
Hayır,
either
bundan
because we
bahsetmiyorum
have
ya.
the Gulag.
Diğer
So
map'ini
here's where
gösterdiler
it's
işte
the
benim
second
yayında
chance.
gösterdiğim map'te.
So when you go down, you get to fight one-on-one
Kroki
with
de
another
mi?
down player.
Yoksa
You
Evet,
can earn your
Kroki
way back
olarak.
into
Yani
battle.
birkaç yerini daha gösterdiler de.
Plays out on a truly massive scale.
Salla gitsin, bunu zaten
Unlike anything
geçmek
we've
istiyorum.
ever played on mobile
Oyunu alanlar Warzone 2 oynamaya ne zaman başlayacaklar? Kanka yanlış hatırlamıyorsam bilgim var. 16 Kasım herkese bedava. Warzone 2 16 Kasım'da çıkıyor. PlayStation oyuncuları yarından itibaren PlayStation'da oynayabiliyorlar. 22 Eylül'de 22 Eylül ile 23 Eylül arasında PC'den Bullet Edition alanlar oynayabiliyor. Almayanlar 24 Eylül'den itibaren oyunu pre-order'lı satın alanlar oynayabiliyor.
23'ü Vault 24 normal mi?
Ya Vault alanlar 2 gün önce oynamaya başlıyor oyunu.
Ben orayı bir kaçırdım ya.
And we hear you in the crowd. Everyone's excited, and absolutely it is huge. And I don't think there's a game on mobile that can top that in terms of real player count, of course. But how are you able to even pull that off?
We can support real player counts at dramatically higher scale than we've ever seen in other Battle Royale games on mobile because Warzone Mobile is running on advanced, unified Call of Duty technology. This is the same shared tech behind the console and PC versions of Warzone 2.0. It gives us a ton of advantages, like these incredibly high player counts, authentic Call of Duty combat and gameplay systems, and it opens the door to
oyuna yeni böyle ileri atılma, deşleme sistemini getirmişler. Bu leak'i zaten biliyorduk.
Exactly. Delivering a deeply connected experience, it's been a strategic pillar from the beginning of development. Now, we know that your time is precious, and your investment in playing is now recognized across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0, and Warzone Mobile. So wherever you're playing Call of Duty, it is time well spent, including on mobile. Even your friends list and chat are shared across platforms, so you can stay in touch with your friends, whether they're playing on console or PC or mobile, wherever they choose to play.
I mean, that is so exciting.
PC'den de mi oynayabiliyoruz mobili? Kanka ya PUBG'ye çevirmişler oyunu amına koyayım.
Is that Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is loaded up with the same authentic Call of Duty weapons and operators you'll recognize from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. And whatever you get from the Battle Pass, you will see it on console or PC. It'll also be there on your mobile device too. And the other way around works as well.
I really love to hear that. And as a matter of fact, I saw some of the same weapons and operators being shown earlier today in Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. Are you aiming to make it exactly the same on all
Gene bak milli atak tek attı amına koyayım.
So the team's incredibly excited about how deeply connected and authentic the experience is in Call of Duty Warzone.
Bu arada Warzone Mobile'in alfa gösterimi. Yani bu oyun dediler ki bu alfa sadece daha iyiye gidecek dediler de ben hiç zannetmiyorum.
Mobile is a very unique platform. Mobile has its own flavor, advantages and player expectations.
Sounds like the game will be tied into the Call of Duty franchise pretty nicely. And will there be mobile-specific events or content that is unique to Warzone Mobile?
Yes. Above all else, the team is committed to ensuring Warzone Mobile is a world-class, mobile-first experience.
Ya da en iyi mobil oyun olacak falan diyorlar da.
It just needs to feel natural on the device, intuitive, and native to the platform. A lot of it comes down to tuning. And this is why we're supporting synchronous crossplay between iOS and Android platforms exclusively on mobile. And we're avoiding the imbalance that comes with cross-playing between mobile devices and consoles or mobile to PC. This allows our teams to deliver the best possible mobile gameplay experience with a unified feel. And by doing this, we don't need to compromise the tuning for any platform. This ensures a level playing field.
Kanka ben ama bunu görmek istemiyorum. Ben mobil
controls balance for all player types. It's super important. So whether you're the hardest of hardcore mobile pros or maybe you're a console first player that's sneaking in an extra match during your lunch break, even brand new players to the franchise who need a little help getting into the flow of the game, we are committed to providing the most robust control options anywhere for a pick-up and play experience that's accessible to all of our players.
I love that accessibility, and that means all my friends can get in on the action for a change, but how do they sign up?
Well, it's time to get your mobile devices ready, because I'm super excited to announce that starting right now, you can pre-register for your free download in the Google Play Store. Signing up means that you can be among the first to play when the game launches next year. We look forward to seeing everyone in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
With that being said, hey, we got Ferg on the horn, and I think he's literally the first one to pre-reg. Ferg?
Hey guys, Berg here, and I am thrilled to be one of the first to pre-register for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And now,
Warzone Mobile bro.
Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to be among the first to drop. Tell your friends, because the more pre-registrations we drive, the more rewards we can earn. Like special weapons, vinyls, and emblems. Plus, if we reach the top milestone of 25 million pre-registers, we're going to unlock a super cool secret reward you're not going to want to miss. What are you waiting for? Sign up using the QR code below.
Allah'ıma şükür Warzone Mobile tanıtımı bitti. Birader. Yeter. Sen burada mısın hala? Go.
We are back. It's Miles here, joined by Maven, Alicat, and Nameless Studio. What? Oh, guys, the adults have left us alone on the desk, and now it's our time to have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but okay, it's been a pretty litty day so far.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? I mean, dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I could be in the airport playing Warzone now? Back in Verdansk? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrah looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali, I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2, insane.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly. Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah,
how you feeling?
8 hours a day for years, it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine.
Ha bir de bir şey varmış kanka. Yeni Warzone 2'de multi circle'lar olacakmış. Mesela Circle 3'te 3 tane circle çıkıyor map'te. Sonra bunların 3 de belli bir noktada merge'leniyor ve tek bir circle oluyor.
This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Command Center, presented by Xfinity Rewards. We're going to be rolling the show through all day today. Xfinity customers, they can start playing Modern Warfare 2 sooner with Xfinity Rewards. Visit xfinity.com/rewards to get your code for early access to the open beta. It's free and it's easy to join. Guys, I mean...
Neymiş acı, nasıl katılıyormuşuz beta'ya?
So much. But first and foremost, guys, before we get into this one, so many streamers here. We need to give a big shout out to Intel, who's powering all of the streaming PCs here today. Massive shout out to those guys. Clint, there are 2 PCs on every desk. Explain.
I couldn't believe it. Cloaksy is here. Like the fact that he actually made the trip out, I figured they had to have something special. The fact that you have a dedicated PC to the streaming side and to the gameplay side, and it's set up for this many people. Intel, thank you.
Ridiculous.
This is incredible. It's incredible.
Ridiculous. We're actually almost ready to get into the gameplay, guys. I mean, Ali, you teased it a little.
Yeah, just a little.
A little, yeah? We played a tiny bit.
I could have an accent, too.
You did. I'm getting mocked here. My bloody desk. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
It was pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top-secret location. What can we expect?
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly loud. Yesterday, it was loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming, Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like Bobby Pop, if he's on a subtrain or something.
Ninja yayınları bıraktığını söylemişti. Ama
Ninja here as well, but like I think this
herhalde Modern Warfare iyi para ödedi herife.
Everyone gets about Call of Duty every year. Like the fact that there are this many big name streamers in attendance, we're going to see some incredible gameplay, go through the various modes. I mean, this is going to be a real treat. It really is.
I mean, and you've been around a long time in the Call of
Bu
Duty.
200 kişi ne yapacak şimdi? Warzone'a mı zıplayacaklar peki?
Ben de bilmiyorum şu an düşünüyorum.
Çünkü Warzone için more players dendi.
More players everywhere. how do you describe the vibe in the room right now?
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And, you know, I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around doing the round saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like, I was talking to some of the Warzone guys, Repos. He's like, I'm here to fry. Zuma's ready to go. So I'm interested to see them with these new weapons and the gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's going to be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for their love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that banger clip. Like, everybody wants, like, you know, like, you're trying to go out and fry some of these big names, get a clip out on social, your YouTube, whatever it's going to be. So yeah, I'm sure people are going hard in the paint or falling to their death if they're Tim. I'm sure we're going to have a couple of those.
We'll go a little bit of that later on. I think we're actually ready to hop into gameplay. Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down and out, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado, Nameless.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get to play this map yesterday, but one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many more colors, and that's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty, is when it's more vibrant and you can see more on the map.
I think sometimes you go dev to dev, and yeah, it's like you have like your more realism, like your grays and browns. Some will have a little bit more color, but like this map in particular, yeah, the second we saw like the fly through of this, it just
looks
gorgeous. It really does.
Ama recoil'i çok fazla. Silahların.
Hiçbir şey yok.
Acaba Defcom'lar nasıldır? Anneye babaya küfür ediyorlar. He?
Yine flash'tan granate.
Unreal, man. Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, all these guys are going hard. You can see he's locked in. Talk a little bit about the game.
Yani hayır öyle bir şey değil. Hiçbir farklılık hissettirmedi bana şu an Mumut. Sadece şey hızlanmış, yere yatma hızlanmış.
Evet.
Analiz yapıyorum bak, yere yatma çok tatlı olmuş.
Drop shot güzel olmuş aynen.
Aynen, yere yatma çok smooth olmuş. Öbüründe nasıldı bilirsin.
Baksana
oğlum. Adamın tek bacağı kırık gibi.
Double time perk'ü var, ghost perk'ü var, bilmediğimiz bir perk daha var.
Kodlotlu gördüm.
Like horrendous trash talk. All very good natured friends of mine, you know, but I'd be kind of weird to get that from Ninja.
Niye sadece bir adamı gösteriyor?
Bir geçerler ya.
Aa şey var, Spartacus gibi bir simge var.
Evet evet, işte o perk'ten bahsediyorum, ortadaki perk.
Battle olabilir mi?
Yok, olabilir.
Bak bunda da restock mu şu acaba? İkili bomba bir şey var. Yo, restock olur.
My last game, and the second I killed you, you left.
Sentex var. Snapshot geldi.
A quitter, Miles.
That was Ninja. Over to Courage now, who's having a good time.
And,
oyun sesleri çok kötü ama.
Listen, he is, as much as he's like a fun, good-loving, like everyone takes a Jack. It's just like this great nature guy.
Aa şimdi grupta şey oynuyor herhalde. Kaldırmadı mı? Swag.
Passion, raging passion.
Aa, silahı sola alabiliyorsun. Evet ama ne koyayım, silahı sola alabiliyorsun. Yo, bu
CS gibi değil mi?
Bu şey Search and Destroy modu bu.
Tamam da oğlum silah sola almaktan nasıl geçtik buraya? Silah sola nasıl alıyoruz Öyle bize olur bak.
Neden FPS yerlerini açmamışlar? Kaç FPS alıyorlar acaba, merak ettim.
80.
Knockout modu oynuyorlarmış. 6 kişi galiba. 6 ve 6. 3 6 aynen. 6 ve 6. Mount var gene, tamam. Bak peak diye bir tane tuş var bak.
Ya bu adam niye özürlü gibi oynayıp sonra sinirleniyor kanka? Tilti, aa bak solda.
Oh, was that too hard?
Doğudat'a girdi.
He's doing the classic. He's going to a set.
Sen benden ne kadar oynuyorsun? Hatta sen bana geridesin ya. Sanki bot mouse.
No, Jack. Wherever he's spectating, he's using my phone.
Ayar baktı bulamadı.
What did you think, by the way, just about the
Ya bak. Bro. Aim assist is super strong on this game, man.
Ne gördün lan yine?
Controller'ı gösteriyor herif, controller.
Evet de neyini gördün? Bir şey görmedim.
Duvardan wallbang attı amına.
Pilonun muydu?
Back for grip.
That's really cool.
Oh, this is that was nearly a snap.
That was nearly close.
One of the the all-time greats in the competitive Call of Duty.
Swag ne zaman baksak ölü amına koyayım.
I don't know why I said it that way.
Yeah, no, like the all-time.
Bir de loadout yapmış ya bir de.
There we go. Swag now getting involved as well. And to your point about guns.
Fenek var.
Yo, pistol. It's quite hard to recognize, but that is a part of the M4 platform right now. That's his primary weapon.
Nasıl pistol ya?
I mean, it's awesome. Like you can switch it up. Like you can make it into a sniper.
Silah ama çok oynuyor gibi geldi bana ya.
Evet evet. Visual recoil var gibi.
Silah böyle sağ sol ya. Bak bak Allah. Dansöz.
9.5-hour long attachment video from G.O.A.T.
Oh god, you know he's so excited about that. And I want to talk about the map aesthetics for a moment and like the layout is the rooftops. Like the new ledge, how you can jump and then you can hang off the side of the ledge.
Şey diyordu, reload'u falan göstermediler mi acaba? 2 aşamalı falan olacak diyor.
Kanka oyun ama bir mobil oyuna benziyor gibi bir hava var.
Bu daha şey,
Ben o vibe aldım ya. Mobil oyuna benziyor gibi bir tane vibe aldım. Sorry to say that bro, but yeah, this is what it is.
Speaking of snipers, Pamaj now, who's having a great time here. I mean, we've seen a lot, Clint, of the weapons so far, but surely a sniper.
Well, I heard Pamaj too. Like I stepped up. I think it's when he was first walking in. He was walking in Rational into people, and he was like, "I'm going hard, bro."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "I'm going hard."
Yeah, I'm going hard, bro.
He's looking right.
And this knockout game is not going very well for the red team right now. Pamaj's team obviously winning this one again. Secure
bak dediğim şey. Dedim de parmaklarına takıyorlar bir şey diye. Baksana Razer'ın bir de.
We've got all of it going on. Really, a celebration of everything that is Call of Duty and even Courage. He may have just sworn. Do you see the gloves on the arm?
Yeah, they're
professionals, true professionals.
Wait, do I probably need to get this? I've been playing some COD Mobile, Diablo Immortal. Like I've been grinding more mobile games. I have my iPad and I'm loving it. Do I need to get little thumb sleeves?
I think you should. Yeah.
You know, sometimes it gets a little bit slippery. I need thumb sleeves. What are they called?
Yeah, thumb sleeve, yeah, bro.
Thumb sleeve.
You're in the right place.
O parmaklara takılan şeyden ihtiyacım var, bro.
There is an army of
I'm looking into that. No, that's actually an issue. It's like it's a little bit slippery, you know?
Lobilerin hepsi çok sweat.
Some hardpoint here, and you know, obviously, us coming from the esports side of things, we love hardpoint. Miles, we were talking about this morning. When there's a hardpoint,
baba kime ateş ediyorsun amına koyayım?
Dive into it, turn around, land on your belly, and absolutely fries. So, you know, there are some movement mechanics for you speaking.
Hani madem dünyanın en iyileri geliyor ve kardeşim ben neden davet almadım?
Bu adam dünyanın en iyi 200'ünden biri olamaz. Aynı şekilde bu da olamaz.
Niye olamasın oğlum?
Ya bilmiyorum, öncekinden Momut'u daha iyi bu arada, belki de olabilir.
Sırf kadın diye öyle söyledin değil mi lan? Seksist herif seni.
Hayır, hiç yani kadın olsa ve Call of Duty yani oyuncu oynasa bilirdim. Ya Sly cancel kalkmış ya da bu atamıyor.
Pro'nunla niye atıyorsun abla? Woman.
Bak.
Çok güzel eğim. Aa pardon, kontrolörmüş. Özür dilerim. Signal 50 diye sniper var. AX50 işte olabilir bu. AX50'nin olacağı onaylanmıştı. Ama büyük ihtimal AX50 olarak isimlendirilir.
Abla niye nasıl olacak? Peki benim bir sormak istediğim başka bir soru var. Kalite niye bu kadar kötü?
Ya ben de bir Brezilya pornosu izliyormuş vibe aldım.
Bayağı kötü.
Evet evet.
Baksana.
Yeah, I think it's max 2 stories, I believe. I could be completely wrong there, but
Abla nasıl vuramadın onu ablam?
Did you guys use the sniper yesterday?
Yeah, right?
No, I didn't.
I used it for a whole
the cutest little stock I've ever seen.
It was so fun.
I think we were in the same game too.
Yeah, I was in the back sniping.
I can't wait for the sort of like anime skins and stuff like that.
Allah.
Of course, we can put skins on individual attachments now when it comes to making some very handsome looking weapons.
Dylan Price, speaking of handsome.
Oh, also something we haven't talked about yet is the way that
aim assist çok güçlü bura, ben sana söyleyeyim.
I love the perk
because it
system.
reminds me of back in the day.
Aynen Battle'ların
so as you get kills, you get more perks.
Bro,
As time goes
aim
on,
assist
you're gonna have two
inanılmaz
perks,
güçlü.
as time goes on, you get another perk.
Yani yeni bir şey değil.
Ultimate perk as well. So it's actually
Bu oyundan da çekeceğiz galiba. Warzone bugün gösterilecek mi acaba?
I haven't really played it yet.
Bence gösterilmeyecek. Bence bunlar oynanacak böyle. Sonra diyecekler ki
bak silah hareket ediyor, cross sonra hareket ediyor. Ufak bir delay var onda, gördün mü?
Yere bir sıkma be adam. Skobaşlayan sıkıyor. Ha. Garip geliyor her şey gözüme. Zula gibi şu an.
Evet, ve silah sesleri iğrenç.
Aynen Battle'lar unutmuş.
Bu silahın şeyi yok, recoil'i yok bura. Mbappe'yi neden getirdiniz oraya koydunuz oğlum? Abim hep bağırıyor abi, o Dombili abim hep bağırıyor, hep sinirli, bana benziyor amına koyayım. Hem dombili hem bağırıyor. Ha, Symphony.
Nerede? Alt kamera adamı.
Alt sol.
Şu an ben karı görüyorum. Symphony abim kaçtı. Ondan istemezsin ya.
Buradan bir şey çıkartabilir miyiz? Abla neden Elgotan'ı getiriyorsun amına koyayım?
Symphony şimdi geldi benden.
Aha.
Bu sol elini ama çözemedim. Vision bug mı ne bu? Garip gözüküyor. Fennec değil mi bu?
Aha, Fennec.
Baksana.
Şu an Allah!
Yani. Silahın o görünüşü tam mobil oyun.
And you know, of course, we're talking about like 3-lane maps. This is one of those maps that felt like a very good hybrid 3-lane map that does really, really well when it comes to a game mode like search and destroy. Like you have your traditional outer lanes, and they have their hidden corners, and they have their ways, and then that middle is just pure chaos. It's kind of like a little bit of like it reminds me of like a paintball range with all the walls and the corners that there are. So this is probably one of my favorite maps that we are playing right now in the beta testing. And as you can see, everybody is having so much fun on it. I mean, 4 and 5, everybody's doing pretty okay. It's a close game. Aiden has 14 kills. I just saw the kill board. He's on the other team.
Oha çok iyi lan UAV. Ama gerçekten mobil oyuna benziyor amına koyayım. Sıfır şaka.
Kim aldı?
Oh wow, that's
Göremiyorum ki bura. Aiden mi
That's the
öldürmüş?
Fennec. I was loving that one yesterday.
That thing turns
That's an OG one.
that turns people in a super close range, but Bornyhoff just gave him the business.
Şimdi Warzone'a girince bir bakıyorum Clifford is taken diyormuş. Ananı sikeyim.
O zaman ikide Clifford is taken yaparız.
Aynen öyle. Ben çünkü Ferit'im. Ben artık bu saatten sonra Ferit'im. Benim anlamadığım böyle Ferit küfür edince abi çakalık, ben edince abi niye küfür ediyor?
I gotta say the bunny hop is back. The bunny hop is clean. We know Sam Blue Octane. Gotta give him a shout out.
Dili koşusu ve bu
Sesler robotik falan kanka, çok ilginç yani.
Again, looking at these weapons, you know it's an M4, but the configuration he has.
I was using the bigger sight, the double.
Yani 50 kurşun nasıl o kadar küçük duruyor? Aa, üste takıyormuş. Ha, Kyle Cruise mısın o?
That'll connect. Myth able to hit it. He's vibing right now. But it's crazy. Like, yeah, bottom right, you were kind of mentioning like how different the guns will look. The same type of gun.
Mesela DDoS diye de bir şey varmış. Adamların böyle radar jammer'ı aynı şeymiş. Oy. Ah lan.
Heartbeat'ini falan bozuyor.
Aha. Map'ini bozuyor, heartbeat'ini bozuyor.
There's a lot of settings in this game. I'm gonna get lost in that for the entire first day probably.
Once campaign hits, I spent about 3.5 hours messing with settings and then getting that first mission.
When I see Courage on a 5-string, that pop up at the top of the screen, it might have Courage might be popping
Tracker,
off.
bro.
He just died there, so take it back.
Ooh.
Var bir daha var. One more bro.
Hit it.
Çok kötü çalladı karşısındaki.
Yeah, this sub looks like it's dominant.
25 kurşunum var. Neden reloadluyorsun ki ya?
Niye kimse slide atmıyor?
Belki daha eklememiş bile olabilirler oyuna.
Hayır, abla bizim atıyordu slide da attıktan sonra götü kaldıramıyordu.
Tamam işte.
Oğlum bu kadar pro var. Bir kere el alışkanlığı bile adam direkt onu yapar yani.
Ya da şey demişlerdir, slide cancel atmayın lan diye tembihlemişlerdir. Eklemedik daha oyunu.
For Call of Duty after over 10 years.
I don't think many things like bring everybody together like this. It is it's special.
The beta starts tomorrow, in case you've been living under a rock, or if you've just joined the stream.
İki aynen de sayılmış.
One of the two.
One of the two. There's no in between. User interface has been completely changed as well.
Olduğum şey silah çok oynuyor.
There's a lot more sort of clean changes. Of course, the menu system, which you might not have seen here on the main COD Next stream, but
Projesi'de kod vardı bir tane yazardık onu sallanmazdı silah.
So many cool changes. A lot more of a streamlined experience. It's sexy.
Valla.
It's not a lot of ways to describe it. I love that.
Yoksa.
Especially like when you click start, you go and you look at your loadout, you switch weapons. It looks good. You can see everything. It's just right in front of your face. You know exactly what's there, digestible, and that's what you need. It's such a fast-paced game like Call of Duty. It's digestible. I also quite enjoy that. Like,
çok recoil, fazla recoil, ultra recoil.
I'm checking stuff out. I still have some kind of like situational awareness when I'm in game.
And I will say in terms of balance of like ARs and
Bunny hop,
SMGs, of course, this is all of our, like our first peeks into it, but they've looked pretty balanced so far. Like the SMGs have been absolutely disgusting.
İnanılmaz recoil var gibi duruyor yani, visual recoil. Silah kanka böyle horon tepiyor.
Gets insane at that sort of range, so I feel like it looks like the gun balance as well, regardless of your attachments and what configuration you end up coming with, is fairly much there.
I love that because I mean it just feels like sometimes it
Bir
turns
tık böyle
into
usuruk
this
gibi
one
geldi
gun
lan.
that can do everything.
Yeah.
Right? And I think everyone appreciates a little bit of variety. Like an AR feels like an AR.
Bu arenaya bir gün biz de gireceğiz chat. One day.
Well, in a way, yeah, but, like,
One day.
at Tally's point, like there seems to be a little more separation between
Yeah,
your
like I
SMGs
haven't
and your
seen
ARs.
the do-it-all gun just yet.
No, I mean we saw.
Galiba sesler güzel bu arada ya.
I want a broken shotgun.
Ben şu adamların
And I'm
konuşmasına
sure he
hiçbir şey
can make
demiyorum.
it, but broken we'll find
Hayır
out what
hayır,
that really means.
diğer adam duyabiliyordu mesela geldiğini falan. Ses. Yani ben size söyleyeyim chat, hemen size anevis koyayım.
Yayınına bakayım.
Find some, you know, weird combination that turns a shotgun into a sniper. This
Oyun
is the
sanki kendiliğinden bayağı bir boostlovda gibi.
Kanka oyun 1 beta'da, 2 şu an şeyde Windows modda.
Look at Chef Tony. This is one of the most famous Italian men in the world. Makes a mean stromboli. We love him.
Metal boots on the building. It's got the M4.
Metal boots.
Ne zaman geliyor? Oyun PlayStation için yarın geliyor. Warzone 2 değil. Warzone 2 16 Kasım'da çıkıyor. Multiplayer'ı Vault Edition alanlar 22-23 Eylül'de oynayabiliyor. 24 Eylül'de satın alanlar oynayabiliyor. Ne zaman free yapıyorlar bilmiyorum. 16 Kasım'da Warzone 2 çıkıyor.
Tamam, Warzone 2 çıkarsa.
Warzone 2 ile Modern Warfare aynı oyunlar değil oğlum.
Bir dakika, şu an bu Modern Warfare mı?
Bu şu an Modern Warfare 2 kanka.
Tamam. Multi yani dediğimiz şey değil mi?
Evet. 2 farklı oyun oğlum bunlar.
Tamam.
Tamam. 16 Kasım'da oynayamıyorsun ama yani Warzone 2 oynayabiliyorsun sadece.
Warzone 2 dediğin BR'li olan değil mi?
Warzone 2
Yani.
Battle Royale evet kanka.
Tamam. Burada silahını kasıyorsun işte, orada oynuyorsun bir yerine.
Evet.
Öyle değil mi? Tamam. Yani 16'sında bu ayın değil. Bu ayın yok. Aynen. Kasım 16'da full çıkmıyor mu oyun?
Kasım
Seri
16'da Warzone 2 çıkıyor free olarak. Bu oyun paralı kanka. Şu an baktığın oyun
Ha, bu oyun paralı zaten biliyorum.
Tamam, ben de onu söylüyorum.
Tamam, yok. Bu oyun için demiyorum.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing it.
Royale.
Yeah, Miles, like if we play against each other,
Yes, man.
we get the free play, I'm getting a chop.
I think I'm actually locked on this desk all day. I would love to play more.
after the stream's over, I think we can play more.
Yeah, I think we once the curtains go down, we're gonna dive on. Can you hear the chain?
Yeah, that's how I'm visualizing.
Controller değil mi bu da? Aynen controller.
Yeah, they can wheel me in the chair, but it's hard to get down the stairs.
Here we go.
Bradman mi bu lan?
And what a shot! He got two.
Over the headset.
He killed Nick Mercs.
Nick Mercs'ü öldürdü.
So this is the
Ha Bradman ha işte ekmek adam amına koyayım.
It's kind of like
Allah!
What is that thing? The Fennec. Or it's a custom one.
Wait a minute.
Longer range.
Silahın recoil'ü.
Like the Fennec. Yeah, that's the Fennec Iron Sight.
That boy don't recoil.
What?
Dur ama.
Alright, Breadman's already found a winner.
Yeah, Brad's got.
Bu ne oğlum?
It does recoil, but it like doesn't.
But he's holding that thing down though.
Yeah,
But,
he's
alright.
So going
He's
straight.
on mouse,
Adam
obviously
bak bir
recoil.
saniyede çözdü hemen. Bütün recoil'i bitirdi
It
kafana.
doesn't seem like there's a lot. He's just putting them down.
Yeah, cameraman, get in there real close. Show me the hands.
Wallbang
Show me
falan
the
deniyor.
hands. Oh! Gun him!
So we played this map yesterday in the 3P mode.
Yeah.
Gerçekten kimse
Museum,
silah
yeah,
yapmıyor.
this is a lot of fun. We saw a top down of this on socials recently, but
There we go.
yeah, give me the hands.
Yo.
Hear how that sounds? So satisfying.
That sounds
Çekmiyor kanka. Herhalde sadece visual recoil.
better be on my team.
I mean, he is one of the better aimers I've seen though. Like a lot of the tournament stuff when you're talking about.
Ben bu arada bu şu Bradman'ın oynadığı pozisyonda denemiştim. Bak şu an şey yapıyorum.
ben hep öyle oynuyorum.
Nasıl ya?
So what do you guys think about all these maps so far? What's been your guys' favorite, Miles?
Honestly,
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's pulling down a whole lot.
İki parmak da aşağıda. Ben şu iki parmağı serçeyle ne hangi yüzük parmağını üst üste bindirince tribe giriyorum ben. Senin onların ikisi ayrık mı oluyor yoksa birleşik mi oluyor?
Birleşik oluyor. Yo ayrık.
Ayrık değil mi? Bak mesela Bradman'e bak üst üste binmiş. İzlerken kriz geçirdim onu.
Yok kanka üstü 9'in işte 9.
Evet. Yerine değince bile o tırnağım.
Bu arada Bradman büyük ihtimalle nuke atacak.
O ne demek lan?
Multiplayer'da 30 kill ölmeden alırsan nuke diye bir şey var kanka. Oyun direkt bitiyor. 15 kill'indeydi şu an.
Hop 17 oldu. Aynen. Double oldu.
Kill stick'ler sayılıyor mu bilmiyorum.
Sen de atıyor. Yo, ne
It's the
attı?
same two people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh,
Oradan oraya. Oha. Ya sadece visual recoil ya da
Visual.
It's all good.
Bak Turkey bilmiyoruz bu arada.
Bak şu an biraz yavaş oynuyor kill stick'lere gitmesin diye.
Turkey mi bu kas olan?
So it's M4. His just sounds crazy. I think it's the dubbing of the audio.
It might be his stream, but either way,
It's his stream.
That boy is ripping metal. So, again, it's kind of cool to see there on the bottom side of the screen for a moment there how the perk system works. He's already at his second tier of perks, which I think was
Kaç? 19.
19 kills. Let's go, Breadman. And of course he's working
Ekmek adam ya.
during this hard point.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. I thought he wrapped streaks now, is it? He is annihilating.
Kurşunları boşaltıyor. Kanka bu adam attı bu arada. Nuke atarsa var ya acayip muhabbet yani. Nick Mercs'ün falan olduğu lobide Bradman, bak Destroy da var lobide. Oğlum bot mu vuruyor amına koyayım?
And you can see it, so that's for more of the hardcore.
Yok amına koyayım.
Out there and they're like jiggle peeking. Your hips and your head.
Yeah, like
now.
everything's going.
So it's a little bit different when you play the 3P mode. You get a better understanding of like how that looks, and you'll see that a little bit later today.
Just like the physics of the character.
The physics of the character is
UAV
so
şey.
yeah, throwing those shoulders.
You got to be a little careful. I mean, everyone's like Shakira out there throwing the hips around. You got to be very. I mean, it's the animation.
I've been compared to Shakira,
Yo
yeah.
oyun sesleri çok iyi. Oyun sesleri çok iyi.
The animations can be, and so much fun so far. Oh, is this what it looks like to be on the other side of the Breadman?
Yeah, that's what I was actually wondering.
Wait. We're gonna get up there and kick his ass.
Oh.
I think that was Breadman.
That was Bradman.
Yep, I believe
that was
Breadman 25'te aman Allah.
Squid, get up there and get him. Just go back in there.
I mean, this This is going on the timeline for sure.
Bretman ver.
Clips for days.
I mean, Destroyer's calling the streaks to the SAE above.
What have we got here?
We got a sniper.
I just think about, imagine loading in, like trying to check everything out, run some different guns, and Breadman's just up top.
Yeah, no. He just looked dialed in. I don't think he said a word. Hit it! ADS not quick enough.
Battle Royale mı?
Posted up on the bridge. Just
mobile.
He has the pistol on Miles. Remember we were playing with it? We turned into a fully auto sub yesterday.
Yeah, thing.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so of course, Gunsmith is ridiculous. 2.0.
Yeah.
You can turn your sidearm into something pretty mean, and then of course the ledge hang mechanic. I'm hanging on ledge. Clint, you were singing the Spider-Man song earlier. Hey man, not too. If Spider-Man carried a Glock, yeah, baby. It is crazy to see like how much damage you can do with that thing, and just I mean, it's something that we have to learn now as Call of Duty players. I have to now look at funny ledges and see where players are.
Yeah. I was also trying out some of the field upgrades yesterday for the short amount of time that I did have. I tried the camera one. It was so interesting. Just like throw it down, go hide in the corner. You can see when they're pushing at you. It's
You hold your own flank at that point.
You got your own choke points.
That's great. And again,
Bretman ölmüş ya.
Oh, Isaac, he nearly got both of them there. And of course, Isaac, one of our streamers coming in from Europe, made the long trip across.
Yeah, I was wondering how many people we had here internationally. I've casted over him in a bunch of Warzone tournaments. He's made some deep runs. Guy's a monster. But as he's just trying to hit some snipes and try some of the different weapons out, Bredman's kind of been annihilated.
Hello.
I mean, there we go. Another shot gonna hit. Bang.
I'm already really liking the sounds of these guns. I'm liking the
Right?
crosshairs look. Like, this is something I cannot wait to get. Oh, hello.
Bredman just got a 3-piece, and then Isaac followed up with the 4th in the feed. That was very satisfying.
Oh, yeah. They are just tearing them apart, it feels like.
What's that field upgrade he has there? I can't tell from
that could be the portable radar.
That might, yeah.
So that little bad boy kind of gives you sort of a
Sniper'da çok fazla şey yok gibi ya. Bilinç yok gibi. Mobil oyuna benzemiyor mu? Bu.
Second one, that'll go through.
I was using this yesterday. It's a powerful
tane oyun vardı amına
Oh, wait, somebody saved him.
Oh my god.
It was Breadman.
Oh my god.
Nick Merckx was trying to assassinate Isaac. All right, get us out of there. Over the crowd.
Here's the Fennec. You run so quick with this thing.
I mean, look how different this POV seems versus like the sniper POV.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you're moving.
You're going.
That.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, Shantae.
It's on Horizon. Again, this is that sort of idea of like the different, maybe not play styles, but kind of like player attributes. You know, what you're going for. Crowder is obviously he's way more aggressive. You know, he might be hitting flank soon, but the way he's kicked himself out.
Whoa.
He's in the mix.
Bretman bu arada nuke atıyordu. 25'teydi amına koyayım. Çok iyi.
Like on this one specifically, behind Crowder, there's an underground passageway where one of the flags are, and like I didn't even know you could go down there. Like I had to wrap the entire building before I figured out how to get underground. So there's a lot more angles and a lot more passageways than I think a lot of these creators are expecting, and that's why we're gonna see possibly a lot more assassinations, possibly a lot more cruddy corners, and people just popping out of literally nowhere.
Crowder is locked in. And that is the power of the Fennec. That player didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, he's in the perfect
Fennec zaten meta.
It's like going out, getting peaks, close range combat. It's a lot of fun to use this one, man. I was using it the majority of the games.
I mean, they're not doing a great job in-game. They've got the lead for now, but again, classic Dom, capture the flags. UAVs and all sorts, kill streaks coming up. No one's, I don't think it was going too crazy with any of the kill streak choices. We did see Crim6 with a VTOL earlier. Again, classic from MW19.
Yep.
I wonder if we're going to see any more today.
Ooh, you saw that. He
I can imagine. I mean, this is the chance to test everything. Run through, try different weapons. I mean, as much as I say that, we know how a lot of these people are. They're going for crazy clips. They want to drop bombs. They want to have high kills.
Tamam ya, bana bu kadar şey yeter.
Like little combination they feel comfortable with, and they're going to send it. But Crowder, yeah,
İzlemek yeter gibi.
I mean, he seems pretty comfortable so far. Just
sometimes enough is enough.
Yeah, the bunny hop
freebies.
Earlier, just hopping around. You can even hip fire this one. He's picking up a ton of kills. He's loving this class setup. He switched it up from last time.
So one of the big things, I mean, before the show started, I walked around and talked to as many of the streamers as I possibly could, and I was just like, you know, you've had a tiny bit of time with the game. How you feeling about this? And almost every single one of them said, I'm really struggling not to slide everywhere. They've been so used to doing that.
Get used to it.
From MW19 all the way through to Warzone when, you know, we're on Caldera. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I can say that just from all the Warzone I've played, like,
Game is good. Looks good. But I think it looks like a fucking mobile game.
Across the map. It's just gonna take a little getting used to, 100%.
Maybe it's because of the stream, but yeah.
Not having to do that constantly across the map.
Yeah, if you try to slide around now, you might even be slower than just sprinting.
Honestly, yeah. That's how it looks.
Again, it's how you use it. Is the dive is a really great mechanic for escaping. The slide gets you into different positions. Obviously,
I like to leave in my head, you know, the ball head. So I think the diving thing's gonna be good for me. Just like a bowling ball, you know, Miles, just sending it through a door, sending it through a window. Maybe diving into someone.
Alright GG's. Ben beğendim chat. Görüşürüz. Kendinize iyi bakın. Öpüyorum sizi.